Today, we're seeing a quick recovery for Shiba Inu as its price slightly bumped up. Analysts are dropping their signals, and massive bombshells have been dropped by both the Federal Reserve and Donald Trump. People are excited, and there's been an announcement about multi-billion-dollar crypto reserves, with almost $100 billion at stake, and that's no joke. Shoshi Kusama is about to change everything. What is happening? How will all of this make sense? But what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer: a refreshing day for Shiba Inu. Its price made a quick comeback today, bouncing back with a small but significant gain of around 1%. It might not seem like much at first glance, but considering the dips we've seen recently, it's a welcome relief. Finally, we've managed to recover some of those losses. But here's the kicker. Right alongside this mini price rally, Shiba Inu burns have surged. In just 24 hours, millions of tokens were sent straight to dead wallets thanks to the dedicated efforts of the community. This burn mechanism isn't just a routine process. It's a community effort to tighten up supply and create scarcity, which could help push the price higher in the long run. Shiba Inu holders know the drill. The more tokens get burned, the harder it is to ignore the potential for a stronger price rebound. It's a strategy that keeps hope alive, especially on days like this when the market finally gives us something to smile about. But you might be wondering, why is this happening? What's causing this little comeback? If we take a look around, Bitcoin seems to be making similar moves. After taking a bit of a dip yesterday, it's now climbing back up, reclaiming its spot above the $100,000 mark. And the reason for all of this? It looks like the Trump administration and the Federal Reserve just dropped a massive bombshell, and the market is loving it. Bitcoin has managed to push back up past the $100,000 mark despite the Fed keeping a tough stance on interest rates. Usually, when the Fed stays firm and doesn't hint at rate cuts, the market gets shaky. But this time, cryptocurrencies aren't flinching. Analysts are even saying this could be a good sign. Historically, the biggest crypto bull runs have happened when Bitcoin starts moving independently from traditional stocks. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, made it clear that inflation is still higher than they'd like. While they're aiming for the 2% target, they don't necessarily need to hit it before adjusting rates. This has traders guessing that we won't see any major rate cuts until at least mid-year. But here's where things get interesting. Powell also mentioned that banks are free to work with crypto companies as long as they manage risks properly. That comment spread like wildfire, giving the market an extra boost. On top of that, the SEC recently backed off from a rule that made it harder for banks to hold crypto assets. With that hurdle out of the way, excitement is kicking in, and Bitcoin is leading the charge. When Bitcoin moves, the rest of the market follows, including Shiba Inu. With Shiba Inu already seeing a nice recovery today, plus the big jump in token burns, this could be the start of something bigger. If Bitcoin keeps climbing, Shiba Inu could have even more room to grow. The market is shifting, and right now, things are looking a lot more interesting. And here's what's really interesting. After all these recent moves from the US on crypto, with Donald Trump being super vocal in his support, it looks like other countries are starting to follow the same path. The Czech National Bank just dropped a massive announcement that could shake things up even more. The Czech National Bank is considering becoming the first central bank in Europe to add Bitcoin to its reserves. If this plan goes through, Bitcoin could make up a decent chunk of the country's overall holdings. The head of the bank has made it clear he sees Bitcoin as a valuable way to diversify assets. This is huge because, until now, central banks have mostly stuck to safer traditional assets like gold. Crypto was always seen as too risky, but now that mindset is starting to shift. Analysts are already saying this could spark some tension with the European Central Bank, especially since the Czech Republic hasn't adopted the euro yet. But the bigger picture here is that more and more countries are looking at Bitcoin and crypto in general as something worth taking seriously. It's not just Europe. Around the world, governments are exploring alternatives to traditional currencies, especially in places where the dollar has been used as a political weapon. Even Russia has been making moves in crypto, trying to set up its own digital currency system. So why is all of this such a big deal? Well, global adoption of crypto isn't just about Bitcoin. It opens the doors for the entire market, especially for tokens like Shiba Inu, that actually have real use cases and utility. The more countries and institutions recognize the value of crypto, the more opportunities open up for projects that go beyond just being a digital asset. And here's the crazy part. Remember how Shoshi Kusama recently announced that he's stepping away from his previous role to focus entirely on global adoption for Shiba Inu? Timing seems very interesting. In fact, like we mentioned in the last video, he's been hinting at something massive on the horizon. He's even said that this could be the biggest announcement he's ever made. So with everything happening, the US shifting its stance on crypto, other countries following suit, and Bitcoin making big moves, it really makes you wonder, could we see Shiba Inu go global? Could we see governments actually start integrating it into their financial systems? Could we even see Shiba Inu reserves or ETFs one day? Now, while that might not happen just yet, there's no denying that all of this is fueling a ton of excitement. The pieces are moving, the market is shifting, and with Shoshi's announcement still up in the air, the possibilities feel more real than ever. One thing's for sure, this is just the beginning, and there's a lot more to look forward to. And if that ever happens, the impact on Shiba Inu's price would be massive. In fact, people are already throwing out wild speculations. Some are saying it could hit $1, maybe even 5 or 10. And then there's one tweet that really caught people's attention. Someone straight up said, Shiba Inu will reach a $100 billion market cap. Now, is that realistic? Well, that's the big question right now. Shiba Inu is already seeing a price recovery. Burns are ramping up, and global crypto adoption is gaining momentum. If major institutions and even countries start acknowledging and integrating crypto like Shiba Inu, it changes the game entirely. We've seen it before. When confidence in an asset grows, so does its value. And with Shoshi Kusama teasing the biggest announcement of his career, it's hard not to wonder what's coming next. Could it be a major partnership? A global push? Something that completely shifts Shiba Inu's role in the market? No one knows for sure, but one thing's clear. The hype is real, and the excitement is only getting stronger. But here's where it gets really exciting. Analysts are actually backing up some of these bold predictions for Shiba Inu. They believe it's not just a dream for Shiba Inu to reach those massive price targets. In fact, they'd laid out a pretty clear path for it to happen. For Shiba Inu to reach those ambitious targets, like 1,000 times higher than its current price, it's all about the ecosystem. The team behind Shiba Inu has to implement some key initiatives to make it happen. Analysts point out that with Shiba Inu trading at its current price, hitting a target that's 1,000 times higher would mean a massive surge in price. This would push its market cap into the hundreds of billions, which, while huge, is still within the realm of possibility, especially with some expert backing. Some market watchers, like Crypto Sheriff, have even predicted that Shiba Inu could hit those price levels if the right breakout happens in its market trend. Another expert, Lookside, believes that factors like increased whale activity and a decrease in retail interest could set the stage for a major rally, pushing Shiba Inu closer to those targets. But here's the real game changer, the dream target of reaching 1 cent. To get there, Shiba Inu would need a near 50,000% increase from where it stands now. This would push its market cap into the trillions. While that sounds nearly impossible, there are voices in the community, including Shiba Inu's own marketing lead, who think this could become a reality someday. And the most exciting part? It's not entirely out of reach, especially if Shiba Inu's team keeps pushing forward with its ongoing projects and continues to scale its ecosystem. Now, for Shiba Inu to truly make these price dreams come true, it's all about reducing its circulating supply. The more tokens burned, the higher the price can rise. While Shiba Inu has rolled out some burn initiatives, the community would need to really ramp up those efforts to make a dent in that huge circulating supply. And this is where Sharium, Shiba Inu's own Layer 2 blockchain, plays a major role. Shariam needs to see widespread adoption to unlock the full potential of Shiba Inu's ecosystem. If Shiba Inu can complete its ecosystem projects, it could massively boost the coin's utility and bring in more users. More adoption means higher demand, which in turn pushes the price up. While some of these projects are still in development or undergoing testing, their completion could mark a major turning point for Shiba Inu. So, while reaching these price targets won't be easy, it's not impossible either. And with the current momentum, including the recent price recovery and rising optimism, who knows? The road to those dream prices might be a lot shorter than we think. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you're curious to find out more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on an important Shiba Inu update. Missing one could make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.